How did you break in? How did you get your first break?
Watching the failures of a bunch of people.
Yeah.
You know, I was young, and I was always the person that was just quiet in the corner, sitting there paying attention to somebody else that was doing it before me. So I was lucky to be around a lot of people that were doing all kind of things when it came to business, when it came to, you know, just everything, not just in the entertainment field. And I would just sit there and just pay attention to them, and then I would see the stuff that they'd complain about the most, the stuff that was just, you know, that ripped them apart, that brought them down. And I would take a mental note and be like, okay, when I get to this point in my life, I'm not going to do that. That's one thing I kind of studied, is actually connecting with people, you know.
Yeah.
And there's so many people that just don't get that. And that's something you can't teach to people. You just have to know when you're getting it and when you're not. And you have to work on it. Like, I see a lot of people get on stage and they'll hold the mic a certain way, and they'll not realize when the mic is not that loud.
Right.
And you realize you might be saying some epic things, but you're not connecting with people.
So you think, and this is a lesson for entrepreneurs, because I want to make sure we weave between music and entrepreneurship, you actually think about how you're going to make an impact when you speak, not when you rap, but when you're at a tech conference and you speak. Yeah. You think, how am I going to make an impact? How do I connect with the crowd?
No, I actually been doing it for so long that I don't really...
It's natural.
I don't think about it that much. But I kind of know, you can kind of just sense things. You know, you can see when the crowd is kind of, people are falling asleep. I pay attention to little things like that. I look at people in their eyes. Stuff that a lot of people don't pay attention to. It's little, small, minor details that actually can help you. You know, if you go to a tech conference, a lot of times, there's a lot of guys in there speaking this big words and using all this big jargon. And it doesn't connect with a lot of people, because they're not realizing that a lot of people don't even understand what they're saying.
Yeah.
So I kind of pay attention to stuff like that, and I kind of just do the opposite, and it works.
By experimenting enough early in your career, you had a better internal sense for what would work and what wouldn't.
Yeah.
So you have the confidence to take risks now, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. I think all the failures that people get so scared of is what I did that actually made me more confident in knowing that, okay, this is going to work. Like, there's some things that are pretty much elementary to me. It's like common sense. And when I say it to people, they'll be like, no. And I'll be like, are you serious? Like, I'm going to show you in a second, you know? And that confidence doesn't come from just me just knowing it all. It's because I've done this 10 times already. You know what I mean? So,
because I imagine you go from not having money to having a lot of money and being able to buy whatever you want. And you have some of those experiences, but then some people must take that too far.
Well, it's mainly about not overspending and spending on the right things. You know, like, there's so many things that people don't necessarily put into perspective when they're getting money. You know, you got to realize how much is going to come out. You have to realize, you know, what you need to save. You need to realize, you know, there's just so many different things that the average person, young, you know, individual that gets money does not realize. It's crazy to just have somebody that has never had over, you know, $50,000 in their bank account and then give them millions of dollars the next day. You think that you know what to do with it, but you don't. You need people that have been around that, and they're going to tell you, like, look, this is what you should do, this is what you shouldn't do, this is how your taxes are going to look, and stuff like that. You kind of need that.